Okay, so I haven't done a video for probably a week, roughly. So I thought I'd share what I've been up to the last the last few days, which has been quite a lot actually. So you might want to watch all of this video because there's loads of cool stuff in it. Right, okay. So basically, before I had one seat that was sort of quarter done, basically, which I think was that one. Is it that one? I don't remember now. But yeah, one of them I think is that one. Basically that's had another layer of fiberglass, built up a bit with filler, another layer of fiberglass, and then more filler, and it's just got to be sanded back and taken back a bit to get the shape right, which I was hoping to have done today actually, but not quite happened. And then this one I've built from scratch. I've done the welding for the brackets on the seat, built it up with a cardboard the same way as before, fiberglassed it, filled it, fiberglassed it again, filled it, and then it's ready for another fiberglassing session, basically, third layer, and then obviously I'll have the top coat over there, which is basically like a gel coat type thing over the top, once I've got the shape right, and then flat that back as well. So I've got a little bit of work to do on those, or quite a lot of work to do still on those, but at least we've got two now rather than just one, so that's good. Been very busy in here. Oh, first things first, I've had a little bit of a tidy up so I can actually get around. So down there, bit of a change. This has changed a little bit, and this side still a mess, but at least I can get down the sides here now. So that's the result. What I've been doing is get down here. Okay, so I've now have the 5 subs in place technically. Well, I haven't really. I've got 4 in place. 1, 2, 3, 4. This bottom one very slightly overlaps this sub over here, so I've just got to carry on making this section round here to fit. I can't quite get it ready yet. It's sort of a little bit off. So what I might do is take the trim off that one over there, because it's going to have the trim removed anyway, which gives me an extra few mil, and then that sub can then move over very slightly, and that should in theory slot into place, but I didn't have time to do that right this second. Okay, so basically what else I've done is I've finished off the trim for this. I've fiberglassed all the trim for the screen. Obviously the screen's not there at the moment, but the I did finish off the trim for that. And then it kind of went a bit wrong and broke, which isn't great. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a slightly different version of the trim because it's too flimsy. I'm going to make, obviously that's no good if there's loads of base in here. So I'm going to make a bigger trim. I'm going to cut into this, make a bigger trim, and make it much nicer, and it should be much better. I've done a load of sanding on here. This is now in its, I think, 3rd filler run, which should be the last one in theory. And then it obviously blends into this part of the dash. This section's all been cut out underneath now. I don't know if you remember, that was all wobbly before. That's all been done now. I've got the lines down the bottom there. You just point it with a finger there, all nice and straight over there. This section has now all been fiberglassed, this whole thing. Obviously it's a nice curve on it now rather than being square and horrible, basically. That's the idea. So this has now been fiberglassed all over here, all down there, blended into that section there, blended into the bottom of here, all done. And now it's been filled. It's on its 2nd pass of filler now. I haven't done any sanding at all, but you can see how now the curves are coming around here rather than being square again and all horrible. So yeah, that's basically what I've been doing with that one. Also, I've done this trim panel, so that's like an access hatch for the cabling and stuff behind, but that's only just a bit rough at the moment, but that's basically where the access hatch is going to be. And then I'm going to make that up with fiberglass and various other things to be the same height as this, so it comes up along the same size, and obviously then the seat sits against that area. That should be all good. So as much as I've done so far there. Okay, now the interesting part. People who've come to the project relatively late in proceedings might not actually know, but I've got a Lego build in the back, which I'll try and get to see here. 2 seconds. Just got to squeeze in. It's not the easiest place in the world to get into. Okay, right. Again, there's loads of stuff flying around in here. Looks like it's snowing again, but it isn't. Okay, so basically, if you didn't already know, there's a bit of a Lego theme going on. Obviously, Stormtrooper, Lego Star Wars, Lego Stormtroopers. All fits relatively well together. Ignore these little dodgy props at the moment. This is just for to stand it up. Normally it's like a wooden section that goes on here with 2 big blue lit up fans. Some sections here which are going to be made into other sort of Star Wars scenes. 2 of those. I'll put up a picture actually of what it will look like, roughly. But there's going to be some changes on this, which I'll tell you now. So yeah, I'll put the outs back in just for testing purposes. Obviously they weren't in before. All these little sections are all now going to be lit up. So basically I've got plans to make lit up sections basically. There's more stormtroopers, more Star Wars characters, various other things coming in. All this at the moment is very rough. To be honest, some of these bits are actually broken slightly. There's some spares in there which really shouldn't be in there. Like this section here, for instance, that should be a nice built-up piece, but when I stored them, something I think has fell on them and broke a few bits. Even though some of this is actually glued together, it's actually still broken. So I'm going to have a look at that and see what's what. But I say, some of this is going to now, well, all of this now is going to be lit up. So each section is going to have lights, like pulsing different times, flashing stuff. It's going to have like rotating beacon type lights. It's going to be pretty cool. And there's also going to be motorized sections as well. So there's going to be like a little, I don't know exactly where it's going to be yet, but let's say down here, there might be a, probably do it down here actually, might look better. Basically it's going to be like a Luke Skywalker or something and Darth Vader perhaps, I don't know, I'm not sure yet. They're both going to have lit up lightsabers, and they'll be able to both sort of move, so they'll be able to fight in there and move about and things like that. So that would be pretty cool, nice little set. Yeah, so that's basically what I've been doing so far, so quite a lot to be fair. I did have an idea as well. I don't know if I can get out here again actually now, but let's see. I did have an idea that the front grills, 2 seconds, let's put the phone down a second here, sorry, while I move around, sorry for that. Random black area there. I was just thinking the other day, call me stupid or whatever, these grills here, these vents, these are going to have grills in them, and I was originally going to use some sort of modified, like a Mercedes vent or make my own vent or whatever else. What about if I did those in Lego, black Lego? Interesting. Make them in obviously the same size, so at least I know exactly what size they are, and they'll be nicely fitted. But they could make a nice sort of Lego vent and make that relatively smooth and nice around there, I think, with a bit of work, and I can basically build it how I want. I could even put a fog light in there, but I don't think I will. But yeah, let me know what you think on that idea, because I think that might work quite well. Some black sort of flat pieces, make it almost like a Lego black mesh. I think that might look quite cool. But yeah, there you go, that's what I've been up to. Bit of a long video today, but been very busy, as you can see. So let me know what you think, subscribe if you can, and I'll do another video next week. I'm going to do some work on the Lego stuff next week, and some more on the seats. So I'll do another one probably at the end of next week.